you. Okay, so we're doing a double Q&A here for both shorts. I'll start with a, I suppose, generic question, starting with voices gone silent. Okay, so what's the inspiration behind the film? What was are you guys involved with ventriloquism?
Yeah, actually, we have a good friend, the guy at the very beginning of the movie, the really, really bad ventriloquist, is a guy that we've used in a lot of our, videos.
He's basically the Daniel Johnston of ventriloquism.
Yes. Only he has no talent,
Yeah.
and Daniel does. But, so we've had a fascination with bad ventriloquism, and so that turned into an idea for a movie where, the thing that occurred to us is that you don't have, a black ventriloquist always is a black dummy, white, Mexican, blah, blah, blah. So we thought we'd use that as a launching pad for, comedy, as it were.
Sure, and out of curiosity, how much of the film is sort of documentary based? Like the casting and the characters, are they professionals in the circuit?
We had a casting agent cast most of it, but a lot of them, we went to open mic nights and looked for comedians who had presence. And
Yeah, the female lead in the movie, we spent a couple months, looking for comedians, and we found her. But most of the other actors were through our casting agent.
Okay, and is this purely also just a race contention in that field, or are other things in play like gender, for example? Is that also an issue within that field?
No, I mean, Whalen and Madam, of course, early pioneers.
Of transgendered ventriloquism.
Transgendered.
Okay.
Yeah, or usually I think cisgendered ventriloquism is the norm, but I don't think we were, that might be in the sequel, actually.
Okay, good. And Ron, so for Beacon Bigfoot, could you tell us a bit more about the creative process?
Okay, well, this is actually a movie by my son,
Yeah.
who is in high school, so he really couldn't come here. And I happened to be in town because I just did a big mural down the street. So he didn't really tell me he was doing this movie. I think, a lot of times when you're in high school, like, it's just that your parents aren't that interesting to you, and you're doing your thing, and it's not for them. So, but I did figure out he was doing it, and I finally got him to show it to me, and then I, took over and sent it to a bunch of festivals. So.
Okay, so you literally had no involvement with the film whatsoever.
I brought it to the festival.
Okay.
No, I spent like $1,000 and
Yeah.
sent it to a bunch of
Yeah.
festivals. So,
Ron's,
so I want my producer credit, right?
Ron's the executive producer,
Sure.
having
Yeah.
raised him.
Yeah,
course.
exactly. But
By the way, he's my brother-in-law, so the kid in the movie is my nephew.
Okay, great. And how long were the shoots for both? Can you
how long would what?
with the
Oh,
shooting?
he did it over a summer.
Okay.
The movie, yeah. And we did move to a small town, and I think that it isn't considered normal to see Bigfoot like in upstate New York, it's a weird thing. I mean, even if I'm at a bar at night, I go, "Hey, has anybody seen Bigfoot?" And like 5 people come over my table and start showing me pictures. So we're not really from there, so we don't know like if it's just like kind of like, oh, it's a cool thing to hoax Bigfoot, or we have no idea what's going on, and he still doesn't quite understand. And my sister's a scientist, so like she's kind of drilled into our heads that you just don't make assumptions. You try to figure out what's really happening, and you don't just jump to any kind of conclusions. So I know he hasn't really come to any kind of conclusion about what he filmed. He just knows that everybody's seen Bigfoot, except me. So.
Thanks. Does anybody in the audience have any questions?
They saw something when they were in the woods, and they weren't sure if somebody was hoaxing them or what it was. But I think they decided just to go on the internet, see if other people had that kind of experience, and take it more seriously than just kind of letting it be an isolated experience. And I think somebody in the community said right away, get a print, and it was like the same day, I think they went and got a print. But I think that the print he got, it's really nice, and they have a couple like half prints, but it's very big, but the toes are kind of like pulled, the main toe is pulled more down like that, and it has like an arch, and it has like lines, they go like the opposite direction that the human lines go. So it's really interesting, but you know, the Bigfoot community says no, he's flat-footed, all of his toes are lined up in a straight line, and I thought that one guy was interesting because, yeah, that kind of made sense to me that if you're faking it, that they would be in a straight line because you do kind of stretch out to make the thing, and that his were kind of going like this. So, I don't know, it's really weird.
The one word that needs to sink in is Bigfoot community.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm from Illinois, and it seemed like a lot of people from my hometown had seen UFOs, so maybe, but you know, I never understood that because I never saw one. So, but half the people you talk to, and God bless your mother's had a UFO encounter. So, and I don't know what to make of that. I don't know, like, sorry, you're crazy, or oh yes, ma'am, yes you did, or you know what I mean? It's a weird subject, you know.
Anybody else?
Well, I guess that's it.
Guess that's it.
I have some posters out front. They're free if anybody would like one. They're not about Bigfoot. They're about, it's one of my art images that I've been giving out as we've been touring around Texas. It's the Texas Temper Tot. So help yourself to one if you like it. And
Before you leave town, be sure to run out and check out the big mural over at the tire company. And if you drive down Navarro Street, you can have a great view of it.
I did the mural with a famous LA artist, Risk, and myself. I did the mural with a famous LA artist, Risk, and he did all the dripping stuff, and I did all the imagery on top. And also, we'd like to thank Chad, who owns the tire company, and he really didn't know who we were or what we were up to, and he was very generous to give us that big wall, and that's kind of like our little gift to Victoria.
Yeah, and one huge shout out to Anthony Padona, who put this all together. Yes, he is the art hero of Victoria, Texas. So he's an amazing guy, and he's doing great work here. Thank you.